will release how these things are. You can build these rules. It's quite simple actually, but hopefully we think that we've put in everything that we'll need to make these definitions accurate. Right, so if you don't have these fields, if we come across an unknown application, it still works. So it still automatically parses the databases and the configuration files, but it doesn't know that that specific field is a date. So it cannot do the timeline generation if it doesn't know that that piece of information is a date. But it can extract the database and you can view it yourself. And hopefully, when we release it, we're going to have a nice right-click button that you can do, and then you can say, this is a date, for example, and it would add it automatically. Right, so you can also specify SQL commands that can get executed, so you can parse the table in a better format. Here. So the idea is that for each application, you just write small pieces of information that you want to parse and add them, just drop the file inside the Android apps folder and automatically adds it and parses it itself. And for the configuration files, for example, so we've got a configuration file named wpa-supplicant.conf on an Android device, which contains information about the usage of Wi-Fi networks. In this case, the directory of this file is MISC Wi-Fi and then the user data partition, which we're not going to get into at the moment. And in there, what we can do, we can specify regular, so this is a regular expression configuration file. So you write your rules to parse the file in regex format, which is like that. Yes, so what it's saying here is that, so this is a catalog networking file, that's a title, known files, connected networks here, and have a container in there. So network, let me open the file and show you. So you've got the file there. I will have to warn you, this is a dump that I've made from my own device a few hours ago, so hopefully nothing weird is in there. So this is a configuration file. So when I said I had a container, it's this thing here. So basically this thing here, so you've got many of these entries that specify the networks that I've connected to. This is as much as information I can pull from there. There are all the networks that I've connected to here. They are all in Cyprus, so you won't find them in the UK. Yes? Yeah, anyway, so let's not reveal more information. Right, so this is the file that this is the module for that specific file. And in here I'm saying that I have a container in there that has specific values. And I'm saying that the SSID equals, and the value in there is the network's name, then the access point address, then the security tag, then the password, then the priority. Those things get parsed. So I just copy the file inside a folder, this file, and it gets parsed automatically. So it extracts that information, the information that you define. And same goes for any other kind of files in this directory. So this is partially, I haven't completed it yet, the entire configuration file on how to extract Wi-Fi information from Android devices. In another example with the Bluetooth information, which is an XML file, which contains information about the local adapter and any devices that I've connected. And it also contains any keys or any pins that I've used to associate, to pair with those devices. So this is the XML file, and this is the configuration on how to parse that XML file, which is basically an XPath string, which tells the application how to find that specific entry, pull the information, and in that entry I have, for example, the device hardware address, and so on. So these are the configuration files that are relatively easy to write. So these are the modules to the application. They are relatively easy to write, so you don't have to rewrite the entire thing all over again. So all you have to do when something new comes up, you just change the version on top and then put in the changes. And the application will automatically parse it for you. Now, we've talked about timeline generation. To save you the hassle, it's not done yet. But the idea on how to do it is, we designed it. All we have to do is some more extra coding, and it will be done. But more or less, it bases itself on those modules, on the modules that we write to configure how we parse information. So based on that, we have those definitions. We know where everything is. And based on that, we have, for example, we're building a timeline, so we know we need the date fields. So based on that, we know where all the date fields are, and maybe, so we have the categories of the files or of the information. This is Bluetooth, this is Wi-Fi, this is something else, this is SMS. We can also, maybe in some other version, accommodate like icons and colors for different things. We can take all that information, put it in a big pile, do some analytics on top of them, and come up with something like this. So a timeline of events of that specific mobile device. This example here, for example, you've got an incoming call, contact's name, duration of the call, date and time, and then the contacts2.db file was modified because it maintains this information in there. And then you have, for example, an incoming SMS and the message, modification of the SMS file, then access on a website. So we built a timeline so we can extract what happened in this scenario, in this incident. So what do we have so far? The idea is to come up with something that works on this, on a Raspberry Pi. And on top of this, we can also put a touch screen, so put it together, have a nice plastic bundle on top of those, and then you can take these devices, go where the incident takes place. So you'll be doing. You won't even have to take more or less the device back to the office or in your lab. You take this, you go there, you plug in the phone, you touch something on the website that I'm just going to show you, and you extract all the information, store it on a USB or something, and go back to the lab, hook this up on the network, and then access and view the information, parse it, and so on. I was going to do a demo on this, but I didn't have time to set it up, so all I